Sometimes bad movies just have some good performances. Some actors are just really trying, even though the movie is complete crap. Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Welcome to my top 10 best performances in bad movies. Yes, I'm going to be doing a dual video. I'll be doing my top 10 best performances in bad movies, then I'll be doing the top 10 worst performances in good movies. So yeah, it'll be interesting because I find it fascinating when you see a really horrendous film, but you see like one actor giving it their all and they're giving such a solid performance, you're just like, my god, you're way too good to be in this movie. And then vice versa, you see like a really great film, but you see like this one weak link actor who's just giving a shitty performance, and sometimes that one shitty performance drags the film down. I'll get to that one in my next video, but this one I'll be talking about the best performances in really bad films. So yeah, that's all I'm saying time. Let's get to it. Here's my top 10 best performances in bad movies. Alright, coming in number 10 is Tom Cruise in Rock of Ages. This movie is just a really stupid, corny, cheesy jukebox musical that just really doesn't work. The songs are just famous 80s songs that don't tie into the plot whatsoever. Not at all. And it has a huge stellar cast. It's like Gillian Huff, it has Catherine Zeta-Jones, it has Bryan Cranston, Paul Giamatti, a lot of big actors, Alec Baldwin, Russell Brand. All of them give lackluster performances. The only one that is really great in this film is fucking Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is a star, he's an action movie star, but he's also a truly great actor. And he's fantastic in this movie as Stacy something. He's some like rock star guy. Basically, he's almost like kind of like a Bon Jovi, Steven Tyler kind of thing and stuff. And he's just like this 80s rock star who's drunk all the time and bangs hot chicks and stuff. Then it kind of has like a relationship with this reporter played by Malin Ackerman. She's not that good in this film, but again, Tom Cruise is the solo guy that makes this movie watchable, because this movie is bad. It is a really bad film. There's a lot of great songs in the film, but they're famous songs we all know, and they don't tie into the story whatsoever. There is not really much of a story at all in this film. And again, the only character I get invested in is Tom Cruise, and his character is just super funny and super enjoyable to watch. And even though Tom Cruise is not much of a singer, he does try very hard to sing some really great songs, and yeah, he was enjoyable as hell in this film, and yeah, I really liked him. This movie's not good, but Tom Cruise is awesome. Coming in number 9 is Leonardo DiCaprio and J. Edgar. J. Edgar, oh, what a snooze fest. This is directed by Clint Eastwood. Sadly, this is just a really shitty film, a really terrible biopic about J. Edgar Hoover. Oh, this movie was such a slog to get through. I remember watching this and I was like in agony watching this film. It was so boring. It was so dull. It had no life into it, and they never made J. Edgar Hoover an interesting person or even like remotely entertaining to watch or even listen to. I didn't give a two shits about anything that was happening in this film. The direction was bad, the supporting cast was bad. The only thing that was good in this film was Leonardo DiCaprio as J. Edgar. Even though he was a horribly written character in this film, Leonardo DiCaprio is a fantastic actor. He puts himself into his roles, and he was super good in this film, like playing the young version of J. Edgar, then the older version of J. Edgar. The makeup on him was really great. He is super good in this film. He is too good to be in this film. And Clint Eastwood, I can't believe Clint Eastwood directed this fucking film, but this is a bad movie and is super boring and super hard to watch. But Leonardo DiCaprio, at least, is the shining light to guide you through this horrendous film. But yeah, bad film, but Leo, awesome. Coming in number 8 is Charlize Theron and Snow White and the Huntsman. Snow White and the Huntsman, ridiculous film. I know there's actually a fan base for Snow White and the Huntsman. Not the second one, Winter's War. Everyone can agree that movie sucks ass, but Snow White and the Huntsman, there are some people that actually fucking like these movies. I don't know why. In my head, these are all bad films. Really bad films. And the only thing I like about them is Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron is super good as the evil queen. She's so maniacal and very devious and stuff. I really enjoy. I feel like she was the only one like having fun in these movies. Everyone took them way too seriously. Kristen Stewart took it way too seriously. Chris Hemsworth took it too seriously. Everyone tried to take it way too seriously. Some of the visuals work, but it's not a good story. The writing isn't particularly great. These characters aren't particularly compelling, but Charlize Theron is a great villain. She's entertaining to watch, and she's just milking the role, and she just she just has a fun time in the role, and that's why I had fun with her performance. And yeah, she looks great in the film too, but that's beside the point. But she's a really great actress, and I think she could play a really great villain in a film, and she really shows that she can be very villainous and very devious, and easily she was the best thing about this damn movie. I never liked Snow and the Huntsman. Yeah, there's a fan base, but I consider it a really bad film, but Charlize Theron is the best part. Point number 7 is Eddie Murphy in Tower Heist. This, oh my god, this was another slog to get through. I haven't seen it since I first watched it when it came to theaters back in 2011, and started by Brett Ratner, a hit and miss director for me, and this movie was bad, it was painful, it was super unfunny. And as Ben Stiller, I love Ben Stiller, but he is awful in this film. And Casey Affleck, I love Casey Affleck, he is awful in this film. Everyone is super bad in this film, and no one has chemistry in this movie, and the story's so predictable, it's so cliched. Nothing interesting happens in this film, and it's so clunky and all over the place. Just even the heist itself doesn't really make sense. The only good thing in this film is Eddie Murphy in this film. He is super enjoyable, very likable. There's 2 jokes that work in this film, and they're all from him, and yeah, it was just kind of embarrassing to watch a lot of these big actors be in this really shit stain of a film, and couldn't stand this film. It's supposed to be funny, and it fails as a comedy. It's supposed to be a heist film, and it fails as a heist film. The only thing that is good is Eddie Murphy's performance and the 2 jokes that he gives in this film, so yeah, that's something, I guess. Corner number 6 is Margot Robbie from Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad, I've had mixed opinions. When I first saw this movie, I thought it was a really great film. It was a very entertaining film. It's a mindless film. More and more getting into it, more and more watching it, it's not a good movie. I can still say I can watch it though, I can still watch it, turn my brain off and have fun with it, but it is technically, it is a bad movie. Suicide Squad is not a good film. It's clunky, it's all over the place, it has bad CGI, a shitty third act, a terrible villain, and all these characters I just don't give a shit about. And Will Smith is great in this movie, but the biggest standout is obviously Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I could probably actually say Will Smith as well, because Will Smith's really great, so these 2 are the only thing that's good in Suicide Squad, and they're the only thing that, it should have been just the Deadshot and Harley Quinn movie, because the rest of the movie is just terrible, and it just doesn't work, and yeah, that's it. Coming in number 5 is Jim Carrey in The Incredible Burt Wonderstone. This is a really dumb movie, really stupid comedy. Just doesn't work. It's not funny. It's a comedy. It has one job to do, be funny, and it's not funny. However, Jim Carrey is very enjoyable in this film. He should have been in it way more. It's Steve Carell's movie. Again, I love Steve Carell, but he's not good in this film. I don't know why he did this film. I don't know why anyone signed on to this film, but Jim Carrey is just so crazy and just so weird in the film. I kind of loved him. I kind of loved him in this film. He had a couple good jokes that were pretty funny, and his character was the most interesting character in this film. So yeah, he was the only thing that made this movie watchable. It's like a 3 out of 10 film, and it's only 3 out of 10 because Jim Carrey stops it from being a 1 out of 10, so good job, Jim Carrey. Coming in number 4 is Raul Julia from Street Fighter. Yeah, Street Fighter, of course! Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Wow. Just don't make video game movies. I know this was the 90s, but just Hollywood in general, don't make video games. They never work. And this movie is embarrassingly awful. It's just like the Mortal Kombat movies directed by Paul Douglas Anderson. Just bad movies. Doesn't follow the source material in the slightest bit. There's no good writing, and there's no good direction. The action is sloppy, and just it's not at all entertaining. However, Raul Julia, yes, Gomez Adams himself, is super enjoyable in this film. And he gives you good, I feel like he is trying. He's reading a ass turd of a screenplay, but he's trying to make it work. And he's enjoyable. He's devious, he's entertaining, he's so fun to watch. And this is a film that's supposed to be fun to watch in general thanks to its story and action, but it has none of that, so all we have is Raul Julia, and he's pretty great. Coming in number 3 is Daniel Craig in Quantum of Solace. Yes, Daniel Craig. You can always rely on Daniel Craig to give a good performance as James Bond. I feel like Inspector, he was a little kind of going the bland route and stuff, but loved him in Skyfall, loved him in Casino Royale. Quantum of Solace, he is super good in this film. This is not a good James Bond film. This is the worst James Bond film out of the Daniel Craig Bond films. And this, it's very poorly executed. It's not very well directed. There's some good action, but the villain's very weak. The story isn't interesting. It's very boring. It's at times contrived. I don't think it works as a Bond film. However, Daniel Craig is putting a lot of effort into it. He is super intimidating. He's very badass, and he gives a good performance. And I feel like he is a man on a mission to find the people. Like he loved a woman, and this woman betrayed him, and he wants to know why. He wants to know why. He wants to know why she passed away. He wants answers, and he wants revenge and stuff. And he's a man on a mission, and he does a very good job. And yeah, this is a movie that isn't good, and it doesn't work, but the one thing that does work is Daniel Craig. He is super great. Coming in number 2 is Ben Affleck in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. The only guy who gives a truly great performance. I'd say Gal Gadot is not bad, but she's barely in the film. Everyone else is just wooden or silly. Henry Cavill is just a wooden, stale performance and a shitty Superman. And Jesse Eisenberg is basically Jack Nicholson's Joker mixed with Jim Carrey's Riddler. It's just ridiculous and over the top. Jesse Eisenberg, I feel sorry for you, man. But Ben Affleck in Batman v Superman was so great. He was a great badass Batman. The Bat flick just worked. He was a great Bruce Wayne. You rooted for him, and you just enjoyed seeing him kick the shit out of Superman in the third act. You get to see him beat Superman up with the sink. That's amazing. That's awesome. And yeah, I love Batman, and I love Ben Affleck, and they just work together. And the number 1 best performance in a bad movie is Ewan McGregor in the Star Wars prequels. Yes, the Star Wars prequels are very problematic films. I wouldn't say they're all bad. The Revenge of the Sith is actually a pretty decent film and stuff. Attack of the Clones is awful. Phantom Menace is pretty bad too, but there are good things throughout the prequels and stuff. But the one thing I can say that isn't good are the acting performances. Like, a lot of talented people, and they're not giving good performances in these films. The only one that is a standout in all 3 of the prequels is Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. I feel like he is a young Alec Guinness, and I feel like he is Obi-Wan Kenobi. He is a truly terrific actor and a great performer in all these films. Like, I loved him as the Padawan in Phantom Menace. I loved him as the Master that doesn't always know what he's doing in Attack the Clones. And Revenge of the Sith, a warrior trying to defeat this army, this droid army to have peace in the Republic and stuff. And the scene when he has with Anakin at the ending is super great. I could see just how hurt he is and how heartbroken he is for his Padawan, losing his Padawan, and he has to take out his Padawan, the person that he loves and cares for as like a son and stuff. It is truly heartbreaking, and Ewan McGregor gives such a great, compelling performance. And I love him in all these films. I think he's super great, and yeah, absolutely love him. You want to go home and rethink your life. So that's my top 10 best performances in bad movies. So in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with the top 10 list? If not, give me your guys' opinions of what do you guys think are the best performances in really bad films. Give me your thoughts, opinions, give me some of your lists, comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.